Hey, deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor, and I'm gonna watch and I'm going to react.
I have fun. I'm ready to go.
You wanna go now? Scott here.
I want to do something else. I don't know.
Why you can't enjoy yourself?
Yeah, okay. Some women will have a good time at a strip club, not many, but some. And some men will have fun in a strip club, not many, but some. And so he is trying to have fun, and he wants to go to a strip club. He wants her to let her hair down and have a good time, and he thinks this is going to work. And it worked for a little bit, and she played along pretty well, I would say, unexpectedly, really. So good for her on that. And then she says, yeah, I think I'm done. I think I want to go. Yeah, and makes sense. What else is there to do? You had your novelty moment. What more do you want to get out of, go to another location, maybe a dance club or something, where the two of you can actually have some fun. And so she wants to leave, and he's resisting that. So let's hope that he's turned a new leaf, and he's like, okay, yeah, let's just go somewhere else. She came to a strip club. I mean, that's amazing. So, and she played along for a while. So, take the win, Jovi. Let's see what he does.
Smile a little bit.
I understand you're having fun, and I come here. I didn't screw you because you wanted to do this, but I am already enough. I want to go home. I want to do something else.
All right. So she's escalating her request. And given the circumstances, because, it's not like they're playing Parcheesi or something. I mean, this is something that would potentially really trigger her justifiably. So she's escalating her request, which seems ridiculous that she had to do that. So let's see if he can take the win. Now, if he doesn't leave, what would he be thinking? Is he thinking, I need to stand my ground and make her understand that she needs to be a fun person and go to strip clubs? Or maybe he is just so entranced by strip clubs that he can't help himself. He's like mildly compulsive around this sort of thing. Or maybe this is symbolic to him of living the old life, the young, fun, Jovi life, and he just cannot let go of that. But anyway, let's see. Maybe he'll turn around and walk out. Let's see what happens.
I'm having fun here. I don't want to leave.
I agreed to go to the strip club to make Jovi happy. I go there, and now look like Jovi is really too much into the stripper. So they want to leave because I've had enough. And I deserve better than this.
So your wife is upset and doesn't want to be there anymore, and you claim that you're having fun. What fun are you having? What amount of fun is possibly happening right now that you're having? And I'm guessing YouTube is going to make me take this down anyway because of what's happening on the screen.
You must be Jovi. I asked you to go home.
Now, I do not recommend violence. That is absolutely not okay. It sets an extremely bad precedent. If you open that door, it's hard to put it shut. So no violence. Not okay. Not okay. Not okay. But she has every justification for getting angry. She has every justification for walking out. We want to express that anger in non-violent manner, for sure. He was purposely provoking her. I don't understand what he was thinking. He seems pretty intoxicated. I'm guessing they were there a lot longer at the strip club than they were showing, because when he walked in, he didn't seem very intoxicated. By the end, he seemed a little bit more intoxicated. So, what's going on? Is he, if I was to take a guess, given what we're seeing, is that this has more to do with his compulsion around strip clubs than him wanting to make her have a good time. But I don't know.
Hey, I thought we were having fun in there.
Jovi, I asked you so many times. I tell you nicely from before. I tell you, Jovi, please, can we go? Please, Jovi, please, can we go?
You were smiling and laughing like you were having fun, and all of a sudden you get to crazy. You just escalate the situation so quick, from telling me you want to leave to slap me in the.
I agree that the escalation to slapping him in the face was completely out of line. 100% not okay. Not okay. Having said all that, she repeatedly asked nicely, then she escalated, still asking nicely. And it's not like I said, they're playing Partisi. It was pretty obvious that this is not a comfortable place, and she doesn't like to be there. And it would make sense that once you kind of cross that line of I don't want to be here anymore, you would really not want to be there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, if you're kind of on the fence about a strip club and then you're really not okay with, or you're starting to not be okay with it, it's one of those things like it would be hard to be in a place like that if you weren't into it. And he just ignored her. Why? Like, what is the gain? I just have to wonder what's going on inside of him. What's the compulsion? What's the stubbornness about exactly? Is he trying to hold on to something from the past? Is he trying to shove something down her throat? Maybe he'll say.
You give her all your money from the wallet, which I was can buy something nice. I stay there because you want it. Then I tell you, we need to go. I don't want to stay there for a few hours.
We weren't
and
even
then you
in there
blow
for an
the
hour.
kisses to the stripper. And
was a
you tell me we
joke.
will go somewhere else, and you're sitting there, you don't want to go and do nothing. And you promised me you will bring me somewhere nice.
And I could have later. It didn't have to be now. Like,
So this behavior is so weird that I wonder what's going on. I've treated guys like him who have had similar issues, not the exact same, but similar issues. And the background of some of these individuals is really quite particular. The compulsive behavior and the self-destructive behavior comes from something in their past, that there is a through line, but it's hard to intuit or hypothesize as to what that would be for Jovi, given what we've seen from him. But I've seen this before. I've seen worse versions of this, actually. People, imagine if Jovi's problem got worse and worse and worse over the next 5 years, and then almost divorce, and then they come to me. I've seen stuff like this before. I'm not necessarily talking about sex addiction. I have treated individuals with sex addiction. The way the internet talks about sex addiction, it's not the clinical definition. Clinical sex addiction is a very heavy compulsion, in the same way that you would be have a compulsion for alcohol or cigarettes or something. And so I'm not necessarily talking about that, but I am talking about sexualized behavior, putting other people in situations where they will feel exploited. So one hypothesis, and we've had no evidence of this other than this one incident, but I've seen people that would do something like this who were sexually abused themselves or were sexually exploited somehow when they were young, and they internalized this template of relating to others in which, when you're relating, someone's relating to me right now and I'm being exploited. And so that's the template of and maybe even I like that person. The person who's abusing me, I actually have a crush on, or I feel important around them or something. And then later on in life, you just replay that, particularly when you're intoxicated. You will replay that exploitation, but now you're the abuser and your spouse is the victim. And you'll make that person feel the way you felt when you were young. And then when the person complains, you'll just say, I don't understand, in the same way that the abuser did when you were young. Again, there's no really direct indication of that with Jovi, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was something along the lines that would explain, something along those lines that would explain why he did this, because it was just so strange, his behavior.
exactly. You thought she looked good too. We were having a good time. Y'all were smiling, laughing, talking to me. Then all of a sudden, a stripper took her top off. After that, y'all started to get like, okay, I'm ready to get out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I said I would come for a little while, and I was like, I'm just thinking, like, what changed? Like, what's the big deal? According to that, I would wonder if for him, he's trying to shove a round peg into a square hole. He is on a mission to somehow, this is another thing that someone might do in this situation, would try to get someone to go golfing. They're really into golf and they really want their spouse to go golfing, and so you drag them to the golf course and you really want them to have a good time. And hole 7, they're not really having a good time, and you're just like, no, you're not letting it work on you. Golf is great. It's fun. I love golf and you're gonna love it, but you just have to have a positive attitude. I wonder if that's what's happening with him.
Maybe if I will not stop you, we'll go to have a sex somewhere. I don't know if that's allowed.
Are you stupid or what? I didn't even have fun.
I don't want to talk with you.
I tried to do something nice for you, and this is what happens.
I do not want to talk with you. I just tell you that.
Right. So now what you want to do? You mad now? You want to go back to the hotel?
Yes, I want to go back to the hotel because it's not enjoyable.
You
promised,
have to
you
ruin
always
every
blah,
night.
blah, blah, always promising something. And
Yeah. She has to ruin every night, yeah, because the other night she spent all night indulging you and having a good time, and she just wanted to check in with her daughter very briefly. She ruined the night. And then she ruined this night because she stayed in a strip club according to your desires for what seemed to be, they were implying, because it's like, it wasn't even an hour, he said, so it's maybe 45 minutes, half an hour. And because at some point she asked nicely to leave, she ruined the night. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, that does it for that episode. If you didn't know already, I have a Cameo if you want to partake in that thing, if you would like. I also have merch. We have merch. Me and the Podwife have merch. You can click on the link below. I think all the merch was suggested by the listeners and the viewers, so I think a lot of it's pretty great. We even have some fan art that has been turned into merch. The cat spirit one that no one seems to buy, but I enjoy, and I have a cup of it behind my head somewhere. Anyway, ouch. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.